Hey guys, happy Sunday. Welcome back to Speaking360. Listen, I'm sorry I missed you last week. I had a 2-day workshop with John and some of the other members of the John Maxwell team working on a new project. It was very exciting. Tell you more about that in due course. I think you like it. But back this week, and been looking forward to this. This week we're going to be talking about something very important. Once again, we're going to be talking about the foundations of influence. There's 3 kind of key foundations of influence as I kind of teach this, and we're going to be looking at one of those. We're going to be looking at the first and most important. We're going to be looking at the power of connecting with your audience. Connecting with your audience. See, connecting with your audience, this is a big misconception for many people. Many people misunderstand this. Connecting with your audience is not the same thing as impressing them. We think it is. It seems to make sense that we should want to impress the audience. But impressing the audience is not the same thing as connecting with them. There's a vital difference. See, if you think about it, impressing the audience creates a gap between you, the speaker, and the audience. Think of it this way. If you imagine that your audience is down here and they're watching you and they're enjoying listening to you, and your goal is to impress them, then what's going to happen? Well, if you're successful, they're going to put you on a pedestal. So now they're going to see you up here. So there you are, you're giving it your all, you're doing your best to impress them, and you're succeeding. And so you're creating this gap between you and them because they're kind of looking up at you. And because they're looking up at you, you're kind of looking down at them. So impressing the audience creates this gap between where you are and the pedestal that you've put them on. And so you can see it's not the same thing as connecting because, it may be what you want. Your ego may say, oh, well, I want to impress the audience, but the gap is not good for influence. So this gap is the problem, and the gap is in the mind of the audience, and potentially you're creating it, or at least you're emphasizing it with the way that you're positioning yourself. And it may be for good intentions. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying you're a mean person or a bad person. I'm just saying the mental context of trying to impress the audience creates a gap if you're successful. Think about it. There they are. They're looking up at you. And so you're kind of looking down on them, and then the attitude, I suppose, is, I'm better than you. Look how impressive I am. I'm better than you. If you're successful with your impressing, then that's what they're going to be thinking. Whereas connecting happens down where the audience is, on the same level as the audience. So you, the speaker, come to them. That's where connecting happens, isn't it? So with impressing, you're saying, I'm better than you. With connecting, you're saying, I'm just like you. So it closes the gap. You're connecting on common ground, and you're going to them. You're going to their common ground. See the difference? It's huge when you really kind of grasp this, and when you feel it when you're speaking to an audience. If you impress them, then maybe you get kind of polite applause, and then they go off and do something else. But if you connect with them, there's that. Larry Wilson said they'll respect you for your wins, but they'll love you for your failures, because failures is what most of us do, isn't it? That's common ground, because we all make mistakes. We all do things we're not proud of. And so impressing the audience doesn't work as well as you think it would. It really doesn't. So impressing creates a gap and emphasizes that gap. Connecting emphasizes common ground. Common ground. Okay, so why is this important then, finally? Why is this important? Why wouldn't it be nice to get people looking up at us and thinking that we're great? Well, remember, we're talking about the foundations of influence. Why is this important? Well, because if you want to get somebody to, let's say, buy your program or follow your advice or do what you've done, your credibility is the fact that you've done it. So you're convincing to them because you're explaining what you've done. Now, if you can do something that I can't do, and you're a superstar, and I see you as different to me because you're a superstar, what do I think? I think, well, of course it would work for you. You've got all these special talents and abilities that I don't have. But my life's just not like that. I'm not like that. I can see it would work for you, but it's not going to work for me. But if I think you're just like me and you can do it, then maybe I can learn to do it too. See the difference? So connecting is not impressing. Vital vital difference between the two. Okay, don't forget to like the videos. We'd appreciate that. Put a comment up. Tell us what you like, and we'd love it if you subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to share, then simply go to speaking360.com, and any of your friends, any of your relatives, anyone you think might benefit can sign up and get these weekly emails too. That's it for this week. I'll see you next week. Take care, guys. Lots of love. Bye-bye. God bless.